This is number 5 in this series of lectures for alimony. And this one is really short, and I apologize. I'm doing it at a time of day that is a loud time at my house. My dogs see people come home in the neighborhood, and they get very excited, and it's very frustrating for me, but it is what it is. So hopefully they won't see anyone come home. Anyway, we're going to talk about the standard of, not so much the standard, but the evidence that is looked for in terms of the need and ability to pay standard. So how do we, as paralegals, work within that, and what kinds of information do we need to get from the client in order to help make a claim for alimony, or reduce the amount of alimony that's going to be paid by a payer, or just in general establish the alimony amount according to the principles of the statute. In line with the core concepts, as I noted, of ability to pay, the court will look to the resources of the payer of alimony. The court has to look to the resources of the payer to decide on alimony amount. The financial resources will come from many aspects. For example, employment income. That's important, but it's not the only factor. This is why financial discovery in marriage dissolution cases is used quite a lot, and that there are some standard financial informational items that must be provided in every dissolution of marriage. And this is how, with that financial information, we uncover information about the resources of the payer of alimony. And some of those resources that are in addition to just income might be investments that the payer has, money received from rents, royalties, copyright, patent, and trademark rights, as well as pensions, among other things. Now, then there is also, as far as the looking into the resources of the payer, sometimes there's concern that the potential payer has reduced his or her income to try to avoid paying for alimony. And sometimes people do intentionally reduce their employment, or they move money from one of those income resources listed here. And this can make the situation more challenging. And the courts do look at these types of bad behavior. If someone seems to be reducing employment to try to avoid it. However, there are sometimes very valid reasons for a reduction in employment, such as retirement. And there's a lot of evidence to use to indicate income or ability to pay. They look to the person's training, so that's part of the financial. Are you employable because you have training? Are you employable because there are jobs available in your area of training? In other words, it isn't just looking at numbers, it's looking at the person and their ability to earn money. There are many life situations, though, that can affect the ability to pay. Spousal need, again, one of the threshold questions, and it can be, this need for alimony can have many factors involved. We, as with the spouse's resources, retrieve information from financial documents. We often ask the spouse claiming the alimony to keep some records, like check ledgers, journals of expenses, and receipts. And if taking care of children and can't find work immediately, what their timeline is like, what they're thinking when they think they can get back to work. An older individual who's been out of the workforce for a long time, is more a candidate for alimony than someone who is younger. The balancing of income and resources, as previously noted, final awards of alimony are made after the division of property and debt of the marriage. So once the judge decides on those things, then a final award of alimony can be made. And this allows the court to look at all of the resources available to the parties. These resources, once divided up somehow, will prove whether there's a need and an ability to pay. Other factors, such as parental responsibility, might be examined by the court in making alimony awards based on the core concepts of need and ability to pay. And also, spousal support is taxable as income to the payee, and this too can influence the court's decision when looking at the financial resources. So that one was a very easy one. You'll move on now to number 6.